this is the mitral valve. This is lamellas. As you can see here, this is the here the aortic valve, and then you have here the mitral valve. Okay, see? All right. That's the aortic valve. These are the two ones that are being replaced today, mainly in Europe. Here you cannot do it, yet only in special patients, you know. And now, if these things become, these flaps become calcified, they don't close properly. And that means that when this atrium pushes the blood down to the ventricle so that it goes through the, you know, out of the body, the pressure is not there, because the door is not closing properly. Okay, so you need to replace that. Okay, and 10 years ago there was nothing but open heart surgery to do that. Nowadays we're beginning to have these things that you don't need to have surgery to do that. Okay, that's Lamelas. He is the head of this group in Mount Sinai here in Miami Beach. These people are associated with Columbia University in New York as well. We choose actually the most difficult one, which was the mitral valve, but where the potential is about 3 times bigger than the one for the aortic one. It's more common. So these are the attributes of the what we call the Atlas transcatheter mitral valve. You know, and these are the different things that we looked into developing the product. These are the company, for example, this is a company up in the west coast of the US. This is Medtronic. Medtronic paid for this $780 million.
Wow.
Okay? And this one here paid for it $320 million for it. Okay? So what happened is that then you will have here, this is another company, and this is another one. Okay? And what I did here is to show that we have what is green here is what is similar, is what is different than the rest of them, and what is green in here is the same for the other companies. Okay? And so on. All right? So what we do is actually we preserve one of the valves, so that when you tomorrow or 10 years later or 15 years later you want to put another valve in there, you can do it without having to, now by that time the patient is too old to do anything with it, you can always replace that valve. Okay, with another one. Okay, so, and the risk of blocking the this is very important, because a lot of these valves, when the doctor does them, you end up with a pacemaker. And one of the things that we wanted to do is preserve the electric system of the heart without altering it, so that you don't have to use a pacemaker. Okay, only use a pacemaker when you have no alternative. Okay, and so on. Possible interaction between atrial leaflet and the prosthesis? None. They all have an interaction, because when they push the one that was there before, it doesn't come out. It still remains there. Okay, so there could be a potential of that this old valve, the natural valve of the patient, can interfere with the new valve that you put in there. Okay, and so on. Ours have like a cage that when you open up, you isolate the old valve completely. There's no way for it to come in and get in the way. So it's the new valve, the one that now gets in contact with the other one, to close it properly. Okay, and so on. So there's a lot of thinking that comes from the broad experience of Dr. Lamelas, actually.